All right, here we go. Haven't even got it out of the box yet. There we go. All right. All right, there it is. All right, let's see what we got. All right. It seems like it's full of oil still. All right. Let's take off this front load limiter. All right, we got those 7. 2 black. The black will go with the dots here when you go back together. Oh, that's already undone. Got a reusable gasket. We'll test that later. Oh yeah, it's got some clutch material, looks like. Yeah, and the gray. Maybe some aluminum. All right, let's get the sucker flipped over on its back. While we're here, 7/8. Alright, that came right off. Set that aside. Oh, look at that. That's not normal, or that's not usual. It's a good idea. See how the clutch looks. Oh, Barnett. Did I miss one? Yeah, I sure did. Okay, I'll set you on the side. All right, well, let's take the clutch apart. All right. Oops. All right. Okay, that still spins. That's good. Ooh. Not so flat. Okay. The Barnett clutch isn't burnt, but we'll have to mic it and make sure it's within clutch spec. Even if these wear 1,000th of an inch, oh, look at that. 1,000th times 11 or 10,000. Yeah, 1,000th. That's 10 thousandths of thickness that now needs to be taken up by the springs and the pressure plate and all that. Okay, plunger should have an O-ring on it. Oop. There's the push rod. Steel balls down there. We're going to change that out to a ceramic ball bearing. Much better for this whole heavier pressure plate setup. Let's get the impact for that. Inch and 3/16, excuse me. It doesn't take a whole lot. Just be nice to it. You don't have to whip it off there. In the beginning, doing the 16 transmissions, a lot of the times these nuts would galled on the way off, and the threads would be all damaged. Don't know if it was because of a piece of trash before, just putting it together. Who knows? But these, you have to replace the input shaft. And I had it happen to a 26. And the 26 input shaft is like $700, so you have to be careful. The 16 through 23s, these shafts aren't as expensive. Oh, okay, so there's this stepped washer. It's got 2 grooves cut in it for lubrication passage, because this bearing does get lubrication from the shaft. Doesn't feel loose. Okay. Then you'll have this stepped collar, an inner race, the bearing, and then the clutch outer basket is the outer race for that. And then this convex bearing. This convex bearing is very important. You've got to make sure that it faces the taper, the higher ridge of taper towards the inside of the shaft goes up. And I'll get it out of here. Oh. I might see what's wrong with this already. And it can happen. It can happen to all of us, you know. I think my buddy Joey Hargett had a similar experience to this. If I can just, where's my magnet? This ring usually just comes right out. But right now, it's being a little bit of a pain in the ass because there's a groove back there. There's a distance between the bearing and the case, and I can already see it. That's not normal. But what is normal is a washer. There's a big ass washer that goes between the case and this bearing. I think we've already found the problem. So when he changed bearings, somehow that washer got missed. All right, let's keep going. I did not take, however, the snap ring off. Usually I take the snap ring off first. It's one of the first things to go. You definitely need to do that, because without this snap ring out of the way, you can't remove the shift shaft, and you need the shift shaft removed to get the roller bearing, or the detent roller off the barrel. So you take it apart, take it off real quick. All right, that's that. So you just grab it, one whole assembly with the step guide. It's a guide. All right, so now we've gone this far. Let's get the tin and pull the filter out and see what the filter looks like. Well, I did not anticipate. Got it. We'll put it back. There it is. pull that filter out of here and see what's... Ew. We'll fix that. Alright. Now that we've got that done, let's get our impact and our 3/8 with a 8mm and go after... Okay, let's go after these. This one, these two right in here in the gear, in the clutch cover area, and then this one back here. These are all 5 bolts. All these are longer. They're longer than the rest. There we go. Apparently did not get that unscrewed all the way. All right, so yeah. Pull these two. And then you got 5. So I just typically stick those 5 into the coupler I just slid up there. The coupler that goes on that for the rear drive shaft. All right, now it's time for the rest. Oh shit. Look at that. Oh. I gotta see if that piece is in the bucket. What in the hell? Oh man. And one more back here. No, 2 more, excuse me. Wow. That looks fresh. Okay. Well, gonna need a case half for sure. Alright, we got all the bolts out. So, yeah, like I said, there's supposed to be a washer right here. I'll have to find a case half and show, show representation of what's really supposed to be there. But that washer is what that flat washer, that convex washer, this guy, it rests on that and helps create a seal. But this is no go, oh man. All right, let's see if we can split this old girl open. Sure this guy's clocked right. Let's see if I can get some persuasion. Oh yeah, it's definitely on this side. Okay, star's passing. Here's the piece. I'm probably going to have to weld that. Son of a bitch. All right, so now, right here, there's a washer that's supposed to be there. And if it's supposed to go right here, there's a washer. No washer. Oh, here's the washer, but it's missing the collar piece. Okay. All right. Jesus, I can't get that out. Why is this being so stubborn? It shouldn't be this stubborn. Oh, look at the squirters. Squirters aren't supposed to be that way. Squirters are supposed to be pointing this way. This thing got installed incorrectly. Oh, no. Okay, well, I have to figure that one out. Shift fork rail 1. Shift fork rail 2. Oh, eyebrows. Not good. Oops. Okay. Shift fork 2. Ooh. Yeah, that's really ground on. But it's not as bad as I've seen. Okay, so now let's slide this back. Grab this shift fork with your thumb. Pull it up and into the gear. And then just pull the whole stack out. All right. Let's get the middle drive too. Got the... Oh. Looks like he used 2 washers for this. Oh. No, oh, wait a minute. Idiot, that's for... Never mind. Okay, so this is, judging by the fact there's no machine marks in the limiter area, this is a 16 to 18 gear ratio for middle drive. And if that's the case, this is going to be a 16 first gear. Shift fork, looking good. Sweet. All right. First gear appears to be pretty new. Fifth gear wheel and third gear wheel appear to be new. Yikes! Second gear wheel has some chipping on it, and so does fourth gear wheel. And then reverse. It has a little bit. It'll survive. So second gear and fourth gear need to be replaced. And then I would replace 1 shift fork. Fourth gear pinion. 2-3 wheel. Uh-oh. Jesus, this got clobbered. So 2-3 slider needs to be replaced. And 5th gear pinion. 2-3 pinion. 5th gear pinion also need to be replaced because of dog damage. Then this guy's doesn't feel sharp. Has a decent pattern. You can still see some of the machining from where they cut the teeth. So, let's get back to this one. This bearing here This bearing here, of course, has the retainer for it, and then the bearing. But on the back side of this bearing is a spacer. Let me find one. Okay, this is actually a 2024 to 2025 6-speed. But the washer that I'm talking about, it's present right here between the case and the bearing is this washer. And then on the other side is the retainer. So that's what this one was missing. And that's why it's been having damages, because the stacks are off of where their position is supposed to be relative to where the shift forks are. And it's been trying to engage trying to engage multiple gears. And it seems like this second gear pinion and fifth gear pinion really took it pretty hard. And second and fourth got some of it as well. So there's going to be 4 gears that are going to be replaced. We're going to need to add the washer to that bearing case. And then this guy needs to be pulled out and make sure that the case isn't damaged behind it. If it's too far gone, this whole case will have to be replaced, because the case inside there has a location for this to hold it specifically squirting the oil between the gears. Well, that definitely sucks. But we know our answers. We've got our answers. And we can make it right. So I'm going to get with the customer. We're gonna hash this out and figure out the best course of action. And then we're going to get parts ordered. And we'll be back to build this. We'll get it back strong, healthy, ready to rock and roll. That's our show for today, folks. Hope you had a good one. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, everything everybody else says. Have a great day. We'll see you later.